All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming this morning. My name is Kelly Fernandez, and I'm a first-year PhD student at Berkeley. I'm leading the morning session. So to start off, I would like to introduce Professor Jim Demmel. He is the WICSE department chair. So welcome.
So good morning. I'm Jim Demmel. I'm the chair of WICSE, and it's an honor and a privilege to be able to be here to welcome you all to the 40th anniversary of WICSE. So I'm delighted to tell you that even though we still have a long way to go, as you've heard, we've come a long way since WICSE was founded 40 years ago. At that time, we had one woman faculty member, Sue Graham, and now we have 19 women faculty. And 6 of them were recruited just in the last few years. One of my most satisfying jobs as chair last year was recruiting 2 senior women faculty. That was Jennifer Listgarten from Microsoft Research in Boston, and my former graduate school classmate and Turing Award winner, Shafi Goldwasser from MIT, who's going to be the new director of the Simons Institute. I'm also happy to tell you that our women faculty have been very successful, winning many awards. In the last 2 years, all 3 WICSE faculty who were elected to national academies were women. So Connie Chang Hesnain, Sujay King Liu, and Kathy Yellick were all elected to the National Academy of Engineering, and Kathy was also elected to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Anka Dragan and Raluca Popa both won Sloan Fellowships, and Laura Waller got an Early Career Achievement Award from the SPIE, the Optics and Photonics Society. Now, going from 1 to 19 women faculty sounds great, but that still means we only have 20% women faculty, so a long way to go. So the campus and UC as a whole take this very seriously, so our hiring procedures have changed dramatically recently. So in addition, when you apply for a faculty job here, in addition to submitting the usual research and teaching statements, everyone now needs to supply a diversity statement, saying how you plan to contribute to the diversity of the campus. Here, diversity includes gender, ethnicity, abilities, disabilities, and there's a long list of other categories on the campus webpage. And each department has a diversity officer whose job is to interview and advise all the faculty candidates in their diversity plans. And since writing such statements may be very new to many candidates that haven't thought about it before, there's a website that the campus provides with a whole list of different activities that you can read about and try to include in your statement. And this year, the state legislature has allocated 5 additional faculty slots just for diversity. These are allocated to the College of Engineering as a whole. And so there's a college-wide committee whose job is to identify the best candidates, which come from any campus unit, and pick the best people. So this is a brand new and ongoing process for us, and we're looking forward very much to the outcome. Now, despite all this good news, there's still a lot of work for WICSE and similar organizations to do. I'm sure you've all read about that interview that Maria Clave did with Satya Nadella in 2014 at the Grace Hopper Conference. So that was when he had just become the CEO of Microsoft. So Maria asked him how women in the company should go about asking for promotions and pay raises. Satya apparently hadn't thought much about the issue, so he said they should just do what he'd done and just work hard and wait to be noticed. Later, not much later, he apologized for that answer, having learned that this approach underestimates exclusion and bias, and pledged to have Microsoft work harder for diversity and inclusion. But certainly Microsoft and other employers won't carry through unless women and their allies continue to apply pressure for them to do so. So we've heard about how WICSE has grown their mission, and that's very important, not just to look for careers in industry and academia, but the whole pipeline. So our fraction of WICSE majors has gone from 8% in 2008 to about 18% in 2017, and from 10% to 28% in LNSCS, which is an improvement, but a long way to go to parity. So if you just look at our freshman classes, which are designed for everybody, it's about 40% in CS61A and over 50% in CS10. So diversity at the beginning of the pipeline is working well, and all the senior hires and women have been, senior hires have been women in the last few years, so the other end is fine, but we have a lot of work to do in the middle of the pipeline, so majors and graduate students. So as chair, I take my responsibility to improve this very seriously, and I talk about it over dinner with the department diversity officer quite often. That's my wife, Kathy Yellick. So I don't forget any of these things. So I'm very grateful to WICSE and other like-minded student organizations that we have in the department for your ongoing help in improving our diversity, including all that K-12 outreach and everything else. Now, if you want to hear about more things that are going on, you can go to the WICSE News website, click on diversity, and you'll see a long list of other things that have been going on recently. So for example, there's a new NSF-funded organization called the FLIP Alliance for diversifying future leadership in the professoriate, which a lot of our faculty are participating in. And I'm very delighted to thank Sheila Humphreys, who has retired recently and is writing a book about all of these events. So not the most recent ones, the history of WICSE, as I understand. Okay, a pamphlet, okay, good. That's more likely to be read than a book. So in conclusion, let me thank you for dropping by today and congratulate you on this amazing event. And I look forward to seeing you again in 10 years, say, for the 50th anniversary, and celebrating even more strides towards women's equality in the fields of computer science and engineering. Thank you.